Okay, so I'm here with Nick. This is Trader Joe, and we're going to talk about trading and improving the performance and hopefully getting trading results up in the 80s, 90s percent, uh, uh, which I do. And you should have no problem, Nick, doing this. And looking at 2 to 600 pips a day should be something that you can achieve. Um, all you have to do is just follow the rules, and you'll see how you can do it. I'm going to show you a system, a way, simple, that you can do scalping, intraday, and swing. So you may have an intraday entry that turns into a swing, and you can have multiple positions and just let it ride for days. It all depends on the situation, right?
hmm
So, starting with MM4X, the format that we know, the market makers method, and we know all these rules of, how about 15 minutes. We know all the rules of. We also have the quarters point. We have the TDI Pro here. Well, this is not the Pro edition, but I have it not in this template. But just to give you an idea, this is pound Canadian dollar. We're looking at 15, and look at it 1 hour. You know, it's okay. But you have to really have a little bit of experience just to get in these nice trends, and nobody know how far it will go, right? So it's
Yep.
a little bit difficult to catch, and it's been a struggle. And to be honest, I have struggled with it too. Sometimes. Where do I excel? It has been on the scalping. I'm not sure if you've seen my scalping videos, but I can have 30, 40, 70 take profits in a row. Okay, they're small pips, but you add them up, you end up with up to 800 pips in a day, and I have shown that before in MM4X. So, but you know that means being glued to the screen. So what I have now is a method that you can if you have a training stop, you can let it run. You don't have to be behind the screen. So with that said, here's your normal way of looking at, and you have to remember a lot of rules, you know, to go in, and then you have the emotional roller coaster, right? Effect. And let's just say that you follow all the rules and you see out of the Asia, below the 50, below the 200, below the 800, at this quarter point, you can't go beyond, and you drop and you try to follow it. Then you get caught up, you get stopped out, and then you say, now we're going long, and all of a sudden, this goes and drops 20 points, and you freak out and you get out. Now it's going up again. No, it's going down. You know the deal, right?
Yeah.
Then you think it's going all the way up, and then all of a sudden you see an engulfing candle, a railroad track, a doji, whatever, and you say, no, that's temporary, and you hold on, and you know the story. You may get cut up, and you spend all day. You got to 72 points, and you don't give up. And I'm not saying this is you, but you may end up with 30 points after 2 or 3 hours of your effort. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah.
So, how do I look at the market? I look at the market in a way that is simple. It's a proven, time-tested, proven method. Is Forex 101 is based on retracements and pullbacks, and you'll see the difference here. What we're looking at now is the same pair, but we're looking at with Renkos, and the difference is. Let me show you. Let me show you here. Wow, I'm at high high measurement. I'm at 48 pips each bar. Just give me a second. Let me take this out. Once I show you the criteria to enter, and if you have a retracement that qualifies like in here, and your entry will be 1 pip above. Let me make this bigger. Above this candle here, and even though each Renko bar is 48 pips, you can see that you can have a nice little run of 525 pips, but you may exit with 370, 350 pips. So
hmm
that's a nice little run, right? For something as simple as a retracement. And let's just say that your exit is right there at that bottom, because you can see it is turning around. and then you enter on this bar, and you exit on that bar. You exit on this bar.
Right.
Now, your second entrance will be here once it retraces again and 1 pip above. Now you're looking at another push of 400 and something pips, right? So let's mark, let's just say that one there, and let's just say you get out there. Okay, and then that's the end of it. Okay, but we're looking at the high time frame. Well, it's not a time frame because there's no time in Renko. You know how Renko works?
I do, yeah.
Okay,
I
great.
never used it though.
Yeah, okay. So the thing is that these are mean Renkos. So even though it's 48 pips, it's just 150% above. So it's from the high to the high, you got the 48. It's the body itself, it's actually double, right? It's 96. But they're piled up 50% above. And they just get created when the price moves. Now, when you bring this 48, and this is where you start your analysis, and you have an entry, what I'll do is the some of the one of the rules is to keep your stop loss below the 36. Now, here it could be quite significant stop loss. It's 192 pips, right? But you don't put the stop loss at this level. You put it at a much lower level. So the first step is once you identify an entry here and you have a trend and you identify a price level, you go in and we look at it. Let's just say at 24 here. Now, here will be your breakout, and you can even get it in a little bit earlier, maybe another 40 pips. But you can see now it's if your entry is here, you put it 7 pips below. Now it's still 60 pips. But the point here is that once you get an entry at a higher time frame, you can see the strength, the momentum, and there is no reason to get worried if you have a whipsaw in between, because this whipsaw can be frightening if you're not much at the 24 pip, but if you look at the 20 at the at the 12, you can see a lot of hesitation on the price, and you may decide to get out. But we do use the lower time frame to enter. Where is this price? I don't have enough bars to show you, but I need to add more bars. The point is that you look at the market at a higher number of Renko bars measurement, and you enter on a lower, and you just hold on to it. Let me give you a better example here. For example, GCAD. The way that the final setup works is having four 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 time not time frames, but four setups here. One at 48 pips, one at 24, one at 12, and I have this as 6. It says 60, but it's really 6 pips.
Yeah.
And what you do is you use this for entry. The higher is just to find the momentum. The one below is just to confirm that, and the 120 is just to get the right number. For example, let's just say I have too many lines here. Let me delete that. This is how I would work this. Because this is a working chart. So for example, let's say the last movement that we have here. So the price is 179. Is it? No, 178.95. More or less 178.95. Then here, so now you're looking at an entry that as long as the price stays above, this is a 12 EMA, this is a 24, this is a 36 EMA, this is a 200, and this is a 633 linear weighted, not an EMA. You know that you're going to be looking for buys, and as long as the price is staying above the 12, you just stay in. What is it a way to exit? Well, of course, you can see now if it's touching the 24, it's more than 2 bars, and that's a big reversal. The minute that I see that I start getting suspicious is when the bar starts getting too close to the 12 in this manner. So you have to wait until the second or the third before you can exit. But if you, even if you exit there and you enter down here at this level at 24 pips per Renko bar, you're looking at 400 pips. So you see how the entries make better sense, right?
Yeah, and I mean that's only just off one pair too, right? So you
Yeah,
can literally just trade one pair a day and then pack up your computer and go home.
that is one pair, only one
Mhm.
pair. And we're looking at the. You see, what happens is before this exists, right? This is not a good entry because everything is not clear as you have the separation of the EMAs here. Now we already have we know that we have a reversal here. I'm sorry. We know we have a reversal because at the higher Renko bars, you connect the highs here. You have a clear trend. Now you have the Renko crossing through the 12, the 24, and the 36. That's your first indication that, this is coming up. And then you start seeing this high, second high, third high. It even connects with a fourth high there. So now you have something going on here, and you simply what you do is by connecting here. Look how it connects, right? Not perfect, but you get the idea that this is definitely not coming down like here, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And what you do is you look for those pullbacks and go in. So you can go in as early as here, and it will go up 160 pips, and then it will go down 85. But because you only use this to confirm the higher time, not I keep saying time frame, but the higher number of pips, just so you can say, oh, here's a price level, here's a price level, here's a price level entry, a reversal. And when you translate these moves to a lower, now you're talking, here you're talking 524 at the maximum, but at a good exit will be 420. And the same price level here, that's at 24 pips. When you go at 12 pips, now that turns into here. And guess what? Now you can save yourself 69 pips. You see what I mean?
Yeah, by going down into the lower time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have a potential of 590 pips, but a good exit will be with 527. And if you go to the lower, you can even probably get another 20 or 30 pips. So you can enter as much as 100 pips before a major trend. And what you do is I'm talking to you, I'm bypassing a lot of the steps that I want to have the foundation box, so you can see right away the benefit of this, because there's many benefits to this. Not only you can get in at an early stage, and what you do is you look at the higher time frames here. You don't worry, and you know what, Nick? All we're doing is we're dealing with this leg alone. We're not even looking at this leg. Or we have 3 legs here. So all you use this for the momentum. As long as this keep going up, you don't let go. Once you see that momentum going, that let's just say about 182.17, 182.17. So then you start considering, at here this level that would be 321, 325, 321, 325 right there. This is when you will start considering getting out. But I tell you that if you're looking at the lower time frame, your exit would have been here.
Yeah.
So that was a nice little 400 pip move, at least 400 pip move at that. Now, then you have the downside, right? Because here doesn't look that nice. But here you have all these steps coming down, you see? At the lower time frames, you can take the advantage and just keep going down and down and down here. So not only you can use it at intraday, what I will consider an intraday is at the 120 at the 12, but you can also use it to scalp the market here, and pretty much that's a way it works. We can talk about the rules and so on, but here's the main concept, Nick. What do you think?
I haven't traded with the Renkos before, but it almost looks like it's too easy. Do you know what I mean? From what I get so far is you've got your higher time frame, or you've got your lower time frame. There, you see 3 bars in one direction,
Mhm.
and then if that's your reversal, is it, or is that your indication to go into the trade?
If that's my indication to what?
To enter a trade. If you've got, so your price is above the above your EMAs, and is heading in that one direction, you can basically just enter that trade.
Yeah, you see, the thing is that the EMAs, these EMAs, they're lagging indicators, and you and I both know that. And there's no magic behind it. This is only a visual aid, and basically, what I'm doing here is just showing you what some of the bigger traders are using effectively over the years. This one particularly since 2006. So, um, it's a time tested way of trading.
Yeah.
And just to tell you the truth, I haven't used the Forex template nor EA in 3 months. I just use it when I do a webinar. I haven't used it in about 3 months, I will say, because
Yeah.
on top of that, I do have an EA, and this is my live settings. It's here I have all these buys for the UJ running about 900 pips. But for example, here I'm running the pounds, and I'm running UJ and the £5. But when I get an entry, I can have this EA do 1, 2, or 3 positions, and I can put whatever risk I want, and it will do the trading for me. So the next step will be to for you to, if it's something that you want to do, is get that EA so it does the trading for you. Because what happens is, if you were to get in a, let's just say you get into this trade, and you're using the EA or any other trading step, that's something that you want to do. You don't want to keep it. You want to keep it going as much as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is basically what I have for you. I do have all the building blocks here, and let me see. All these materials, and also I have the indicator that you need to download, so you can have the Renko being built for you.
Yeah.
You can use another Renko builder if you have it.
I don't have one, so I need to
Okay.
learn
So
how to do that. I've never done it before, so
have I done it?
no, I have never built Renko charts before.
Oh, okay. If I have, and you have too, right?
What's that? Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. So do you want me to go through how the setups are formed? And
Yeah. I can figure out how to. But if I can get the whatever I need to build the Renko charts, I can build those. I guess it would just be about, yeah, I would build it just like what you've got there.
yes,
So I could copy exactly what you're doing in the setups. Yeah.
yes. So what we need to do is let me see. Here you are. Let's go here. Oh, that's easy. To this website, and then look where it says Mean Renko,
Yep.
and what you need to download is the Mean Renko and the Omnia remote control. Now you get a free license for 15 days, and then if you want to buy it, you can buy it for $45. To me,
Right.
it's worth it because it lets me move the temporalities of the Renko very easily.
Right. Okay. Sweet. So that's exactly what you've got there.
Yes, this is exactly what I got. There's other products here that I can show you. There's one real interested that what it does, it goes back in time and it says, okay, this pair, based on the 15-minute chart, regular time frame, what is the average pip size that each candle has had for the last several months, for example? And it will give you that number. It could be 23, it could be 64, it could be 9, whatever
Yep.
that is. So that's very interesting too. And that once you get the license, the other indicator will work too. And if you want to play with that, that is called, what is called? The outer range here. If you want to play with that, it's called the outer range, and I'll put the link over here. But we were on the Mean Renko bars, which is right here. Okay, now once you download it, can you put in in a place that like a desktop? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you all the indicators that you will need on top of it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, one thing that I need to show you, this I have this indicator is pretty good. I mean, it's just an indicator. I will give it to you anyway. It's called a centipede. I don't know the formula behind it. I don't have the MQ4, but it's pretty accurate. The way that I use it is, if I see a change in direction, like here, for example, I will stay in a trade as long as this is blue, and I will use these dips to enter again. And
Okay.
just by looking at those dips, look how well it aligns. You see? And check
Yeah.
this out. I'm going to put another on that dip, and here's another dip. You see? I'm looking at the indicator below. And the other dip is around there, and here's the other end. You see? It's just a beautiful thing. Somehow it works. It works. It works wonders. And I have used it not only to re-enter, but to confirm re-entries,
Yeah.
and also to stay in an uptrend, to confirm an uptrend, and this.
Yeah.
So, like here, it also will line up very beautiful, like there, right there, and there. So now, what I'll do is I'm going to send a bunch of files over. So,
Okay.
where are you? That's one. I also have the quarters theory indicator.
Which one? Sorry.
Yeah, you can use it if you want. You know,
What indicator is it? Sorry.
the quarters theory. In MM4X, It has all these lines.
I just came across that chat group yesterday, and I was looking around, and that's where I messaged you yesterday. So I'm not a member of MX4 or anything like that, but I was looking at joining.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know any of their indicators or software or anything like that.
Well, basically, it works like this. There's a guy who wrote a book, and he has this theory called the quarters theory. So quarters based on 25, quarters, right? And then
Yeah,
it's just that psychologically, and it makes sense. Psychologically, the price will move from one price level to another, and it will have a higher psychological impact if it's a round number. Like if
yeah,
a currency gets to 1.25000, that's psychological. Would it go beyond? Would it get rejected, right? And
yeah,
then it's different steps, and an upturn will be up to the 25, the 50, the 75, and then the big number. Ooh, big number. And and that's a whole theory. But it's a very complex theory, and it's extremely difficult to program into an EA. I know this for a fact because I've been working with a programmer for Forex to do the EA, and he gave up. It just can't. It's just very, very difficult to program. But
yeah,
the thing is, as a user, it's just a visual aid. That's it. Sometimes the price will stop right at the line or 2 pips away, and you will say, "Wow, look at the magic!" But the that's because the major players are saying, just give me 50 cents whenever it gets. We're an uptrend. For example, we're an uptrend at 48. Okay, fine. Give me an entry when at 12 or 6 Renko, and get me out in 75 cents. I don't care if it takes 3 months. That's
yeah.
how the big money works, right? So a lot of these guys go crazy about the quarter theory and the big magic behind MM4X, but that's all. I have an indicator that does that. I'll give it to you. Okay.
I just pretty much want to do exactly what you're doing. That's it. I don't want to try and overcomplicate anything or
Okay. Okay. Well, even better.
yeah. All right, sweet. So I've just loaded those indicators into my platform. So the remote one, what was it?
Yes. No, I have a bunch of them for you.
Oh, okay,
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at my list here. Well, you don't need the sessions. I'll give you the sessions. Let's say, oh, the GC trend bar. Mhm.
is there any secrets to building these Renko charts, or is it all pretty?
No, what I'll do is I will go step by step and build them for you.
Okay,
And this is all of this is being recorded, and I will give you the video.
perfect.
Let me see. TMA centipede. Yep. Ah, yeah. I got them all. Okay. And, okay, all of these are indicators, and I'm gonna get you the templates.
Oh yeah, that'll make life easy. Perfect.
Yeah. And these are the templates. 3 templates. It has a long number before it. You can change that beat afterwards. Okay.
Mhm. right. So I've got a big ton of stuff to move over.
So is it loaded?
I've got them all. I have to pull them all off Telegram. Yeah.
No problem. What I wanted to know, I'm going to pause the recording and get some coffee. I'll be right back.
No worries. I'm having some issues with my Telegram right now.
Just let me know when you're ready and we can continue. No rush.
Yeah, no worries. I can do this later anyway with the recording, so we'll just continue.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we need to just do airway. No rush, because after I go through this material, I'm going to set everything for you.
Okay.
So we need to do it. I will set you up at least 4 or 8 pairs so you can have, and you can start practicing tonight. Yeah, I'm going to resume recording now. Yeah, so yeah, we can get together. I can show you what I look in the morning, how to do analysis on the weekend before the market starts, and basically what you're looking for is support and resistance levels at a higher time frame, and then once you mark those, the minute that you go to a lower, you can see potential targets, right? You can see potential well, not potential, but you can see the resistance levels and the support level. And when they break those or don't, or they break and retest and then they take off, I mean, all of the techniques you can use. But at least it will give you a target instead of just pointing up to the moon or down to, all the way down. At least you have an idea. Oh, there's a support, from 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks ago. So at least you have an idea,
Yeah.
So you know how that goes. Okay, so let's go through some of the material here. I think I did cover most of it, but this is just to reinforce. So basically, it's a 1, 2, 3 pattern with a trend being confirmed, right? So you have a trend already coming up, and you have a higher high, and then you have a higher low, and that forms a 1, 2, 3 pattern, making your entry the sweet spot here. And then you have a higher high from this previous high. You have a higher low from this low. And it forms another 1, 2, 3. And this would be like a main anchor, the setup, right?
Yeah.
Here it makes a higher high and a higher low. Kind of weird looking, but it is an entry. And at one point, it makes a lower low. So you see that something is weird, and basically what happens is this is a beginning of a reversal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does a lower high, and then it does a lower low, a lower high, and now you have that confirmed. So this will be your first entry, this is your second entry, a third entry, and fourth entry. The thing is that you have the advantages. Like I said, if you are entering on a 30 and a 60, there's no reason to let this trade go. Just let it ride. You can let it ride, and you have another entry. You're new to Forex, but I have made videos where I take a 40 pip move and get 180 pips out, and that is simply by scaling it up. So you understand the concept.
Yeah, that's what we're using the centipede for, right?
Yeah. How many years you been trading? A lot, right?
No, I started looking into it maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, but I never really took it seriously. And then I did quite well with affiliate marketing last year.
Yeah.
And we did some crypto and it was good. But now I don't want to bring people into products or companies that they're going to fail at. Do you know what I mean? That's always a big part of it. So that's why I wanted to move back into this. So I have a good basic understanding. I understand like the charts and things like that, like the trends and high lows and lower lows and things like that. But I just need fine tuning or completely new strategy, like you're showing me now.
Yeah. I'm I'm all over the place because what I'm teaching you here, you can use it for different instruments, like in futures. Let me find something here. One second. Oh, if you come over to Signal, Signal is more private. It's encrypted. You're more than welcome to communicate through there if you want more privacy. Let me look at something that I did on Wednesday with crude oil. So, where is it here? Okay. So this is Joe Shaw. He owns Forex, and I'm interchanging stuff, strengths for the market, internals. Here I am running 900 pips on UJ, scaling it up, and this is the type of work I do. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I want. Like that's, I think, what I saw on the M4.
You want a wall of money? That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not. Well, that's people's. I'm quite happy to state that. Yeah, I want to basically. My goal has always been $100,000 a month. Like that's like whether I'm affiliate marketing or, I'd love to get to that level.
Well, that is possible. Where is it? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, here's crude oil. Wednesday, 13 grand. This is something that you can do with the analysis. This is market internals software that I have for currency, liquidity, stuff like that. Here's just a test, but they were winners. Here's another gold transaction. I'm sorry, crude oil transaction, 29,000.
Oh, sorry. Is that how much you made out of the trade? I've never seen that before. Is that a platform or?
Yes, that's basically. This is from my phone. You see, T-Mobile.
Yeah.
This is basically my phone, but just to keep on just to keep track of it. But what I do is a bunch of these accounts that it may not look like a lot, but these are copying the bigger accounts. So here I lost $30, but in reality it's $300 on a different one. Here's $101, but in reality it's $1,000 and a different one. So got a bunch of MAMs connected and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, there's a different platform that's called Thinkorswim, and that's where I run futures. I also have Ninja Trader that I run futures, and then I have order flows, advanced program. But we can talk about that later, and I can show you, get you some idea.
I would, I'd love to get into all of that stuff. I think the main focus right now is to just get go from crawling to walking, I suppose. So, yeah.
But this you can use with Bitcoin and other. It doesn't matter what it is. You're looking at the momentums,
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. I use the same thing for oil. Look, I'll tell you right here. Here, crude oil is right here. And today I did natural gas. This is crude oil, and it has to be at 4. You see, crude oil moves differently, right? So this move right here, it's 31 cents, and that translates to about $3,000 every time I go in, because I do 10 contracts minimum.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I get it, like more than likely what will happen, here's New York when it opens, right? I will go in at this level, I will go in this level, and you see, I will go in at this level here, because this is a higher and it's returning. I have this indicator that tells me here's a strong force coming down, and that's my entry right there, and that's 63 cents. It's $6,000 one day.
Wow.
Okay, and but I usually do 20, 30, 40 contracts at a time. So
that's insane.
I'm sorry.
That's just crazy.
Yes, it is. I'm a little nuts. I'm ex-veteran, Army veteran. So yes, I need that thrill, man.
I'm ex-Navy, so yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not laughing too much when I see an entry that it goes like 20 cents against me, and I'm like $25,000 in negative, and then it ends up with 40 or 50,000. But in the meantime, you're like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what you're
because
saying.
here you go down. Okay, let's just say at 10 contracts, you're making 2,600. Now you break even, and then you make 5,900. You're happy, and you're looking to exit. You can make this even lower, but that will be too much. That will be like scalping. That's too fast, you know.
Yeah,
But crude oil is different. So what I'm teaching you here, Nick, you can use it for anything. And I don't do cryptos, but you could. And this
yeah,
is how, for the longer term. Look, this is my entry. I have this running in a different platform. I have an entry here, and okay, that's good. I got $5.50 more or less.
yeah.
You know how much money that is?
No, I don't. I've never
Well,
traded commodities. So what?
well,
57 cents on a contract, or I
well,
don't even know how it works, Joe.
$5 is $5,000 per contract.
Wow,
And we got about 40 contracts running on that one.
no way.
But it's not my money. It's somebody else's money that I'm helping them manage. But Nick, you have to think of it this way. Just look at the pattern, trade the pattern, and the money will come.
Yeah, exactly.
The money will come. You don't even think of the money. Think of the process. Think of the mechanics. My
Yeah,
mentor.
so, yeah. I pretty much I'm not working. I don't have a job at the moment. I came out. I quit doing everything affiliate marketing based around uh, the Bitcoin crashes at the start of the year. I just didn't want to do it anymore because like everyone didn't manage their funds properly, and so I'm not actually working at the moment. So I've got basically no income. But I've got that in the back of my mind as well. Do you know what I mean? So I've just got to try and block that out.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Yeah. So like you said, just don't worry about the money and just trade. And that's exactly, so I'm aware of it. I just need to be able to focus on the trade. And that's why I just wanted to get something from somebody like yourself that's doing really well.
Yep.
And then just really focus on it, learn it, master it, trade it.
Yeah. What I really meant, Nick, is that it's just a figure of speech. It's like the money will come by itself if you follow the process. That's what I meant.
Exactly.
Of
Yeah,
course, we
that's
in it for the money, right? We want money. I want the money. Of
mm.
course, I want the money. I have bills to pay.
Yeah, me too. But I want mad, stupid money, and not for the fact that I want to go and buy ridiculous things. It's just I've always been able to use. I've used it as like a measure of my ability to succeed as well.
Yeah. Well, Nick, think of it this way. I quit my job as a director in a big pharmaceutical company and from SAP after being the top 3% consultant worldwide of 60,000 folks. And I was making about $500,000. And I had all the perks that you can imagine. But I was topped out. I could not get it beyond that. I could not be a CIO. And then I said, okay, fine. So I decided to trade. 4 years ago, I quit. I walked out and I haven't looked back, and I made it. It took me about a year to get it. Year and a half. I overcame, a lot of psychological and monetary losses and this and that and balances, and this is what I live from. I live
Yeah.
of this.
No, I get it completely. Yeah, understand it 100%. Pretty similar story, except I wasn't earning 500. I was on a good wage, but I got made redundant. But I just didn't get on with my boss. So, yep.
But the thing is that I just say this, so you know that if you do this properly, you can live off, nice. There's 100,000. You should be able to accumulate sooner or later because this is a numbers game. So what? You drop one lot, then you drop 3 lots, then 7 lots. And before you know it, look, let me see, where is he? One of my clients and I were running some. Where did he put that? Running totals for the week. We did almost 500,000 in about 3 weeks, Nick.
What? You're joking? That's insane.
I'm not joking. I'm not supposed to show you this, Oh, this is being recorded. Damn.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we did about 125 a week.
Right.
So
What size account would that be to get to that sort of?
I'm sorry, what?
What size account though? Like if you're trading those larger lots, you must have
Well,
had.
it's six figures, but the thing
Yeah,
is that once you start winning and you're in a winning position, they allow the margin calculation changes,
yeah,
and we're snowballing effect. You know,
yeah.
it's the same method that we use, but let's just say on a $10,000 account, it would have been well, it, with this, the way that we trade is anywhere between 5 and 20%. Believe it or not, a day between 10% is normal. Okay, that's
That's
normal. That's
yeah.
normal.
That's. I knew that was achievable.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of the other people that I spoke to earlier were saying, you want 1 to 2% a week. That's nice and safe. But I knew this was achievable. And I didn't want to just be average. I wanted to learn from somebody that was really crushing it.
We're doing it. We're doing
Mm.
it, and let me see. I show you a partial thing here. Um, I don't want to go into the VPSs, but I do have a snapshot. Yeah, 10, 12. Yeah, here it is. Here, this is my account. For that day, I did 2 days ago. I did 10.99% one day.
Yeah.
This is my big partner. He's with big bucks. So it is achievable. So what I'm showing you here is very, very valuable, Nick.
Yeah.
And you will grow. Just do that 2% risk management rule, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay, so here's a 1, 2, 3 concept. Simple, straightforward. And once you get used to all these patterns, you're going to see that this is clear an uptrend and a reversal, and reversal, entry, reversal, entry, reversal, entry, reversal, entry, reversal, entry, turn around. Here's your first short, second short. What's missing here is a 200. The 200 moving average will be below the price and then above the price, and you just follow the 200, and basically, if the price is below, go short. If it's above, go long. And this will be a downtrend with a reversal. Here's your entry for the long, and all these points are the short points. You'll see them on your sleeve. You see the anchor, the 1, 2, 3, retrace on, up, 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 get stopped out. Okay, no problem. Wait until a reversal, confirmation, and you go short. The same thing, that's the same chart on a downtrend going long. Originally, we were using a Heiken-Ashi, but Renko is clearer, is more beautiful, more pleasant to the eye.
Yeah.
So what do we use? We use 200, the 633, the 12, and the 24, and the 36. But my 633 is not EMA. My 633 is linear weighted. Why? Because I have friends that run a hedge fund in Geneva, and they proved to me that mathematically and data mining and all that historically it's a strong way to look at overall support and resistance. So I'm not going to argue with the Swiss and the Germans. So because I have no data to back any argument behind. So okay, you say so, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm giving you. That setup. Okay. So instead of an EMA, it's linear weighted. If the price is below, you go short. The price is above the 200, you go long. You have the 12 who goes next to the price. The 36 is pretty much your guide for your stop losses. So you hide your stop losses behind the 36.
Right.
And that's how you can get to ride a whole bigger wave. And remember, if you enter in a lower Renko bar format, just look at the higher one and see. It just stay as long as you have a downtrend. So instead of getting emotionally, affected by all the up and down, just look at the higher one. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing in a nutshell, man. So the heroes above the 200 long, below the 200 short. Same thing here. And this is so you can visualize, right? So I'm going to send you this too. See, here's 1, 2, 3, long, long. You get stopped out. So what? First 1, 2, 3 setup and go short, 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 short. And these are the rules. And basically, you're looking for the crossover. And for a long, you was look for the upside. Do we have a support at the price level? That means that the candle is closing above the 36. And when it says, do we have a break of resistance level? That means that the price has the Renko candle has crossed from below the trend line and above. So let me show you. Maybe I show you here. So basically, because we're in a downtrend here, because we're let's take this. Well, it will be a bigger trend line. This is my working chart. So you have a downtrend, and the price is below the moving averages. So this is your resistance. So when it says, do we have a break at the resistance? That means that it break above the 36. And it says, do we have a support? That means the candle has closed above the 36. So it's a little confusing the way that it's worded, but that's basically what it means. Okay, so we have a 2-3 break to the upside after the 1, 2, 3. So the 2-3 break will be. So this will be 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, and the 2-3 break is this candle right here.
Right.
But I use these deviation level channels to see where the price is in relation to the average price mathematically. So I think this is too high to enter because the move is small, and then you have a long retracement. So if you get in a lower deviation level, meaning that the price is undervalued, or think of it as overbought, then this is a better entry, and you have more possibility of higher earnings. So that's basically the rules. And for the short, it's in reverse. So I will give you this. This is just an example. I went in reverse, so 1, 2, 3, and here's your entry, and this is for the long. Now, the big magic happens when you're looking at a quadrant where you have 48 pips Renkos and 24s and 12 and 6. Now, sometimes pairs may look better for an entry if you bring it down to 30. Don't bring it below 30 because it may not be as exact, or it may not give you a good entry, but down to 30 is okay. 60 is good, but if you bring it from 60 to 30, you may find an entry that you will make an extra 30 or 40 or 50 pips. So it's worthwhile to see if the 30 makes sense. But what we're looking here is for strong momentum at the 48. This is strong momentum. You can buy all day long here. Just look for the retracement at the lower level and go long. Go long 20 times. I will go the break here. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entries. And here, you just see, you don't even see the first one. You're supposed to wait until it retraces and then it goes up.
Too high. Right. Yeah, too high time frame.
Yeah. So this entry right here, it's probably there. So now you have a lower, and now you have an even lower. So just the way I set it up, just look at it, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
This is not Renko. This is a 1 hour, and this is 5 minutes, and it looks a little bit ugly after you get used to the Renkos. So you will see that this is your qualified entry. And when you go to a lower time frame, you're gonna have a big difference in pips. Let's see. That's 132.65, and here you're in 132. Is it 132? Yeah, it looks about the same. It's just that it's clearer. It's just clearer, and it works fine. So you're familiar with Renko's, yes, a little ugly candles, and then more uniform. And this is basically a Renko, and they snap a Heiken Ashi on top.
Right.
But I give you a template. It's already set up. I don't have the Heiken Ashi on top, but you can do it if you want to. I use
No,
use the medium Renko. I like it.
I will literally do exactly what you do.
Good, yeah, good. You'll be fine. You'll be making money, and then you send me snapshots of your wall of green.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal.
Yeah, you see. Hey Joe, sorry man, I just did 420 pips today. I couldn't do more.
Yeah. Well, if that's just going to be a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, and oh, if you bring me somebody else, I'll give you $100. So I don't know.
Say that again, sorry?
If you bring a friend to mentor with me, I will pay you $100 for a referral fee. Do the affiliate marketing thing.
Yeah, the stuff that I hate. But no, that's not entirely true. I think the biggest problem that I had was it was based around sales, and no one really made that much money. So if this is teaching somebody a skill that they can go off and duplicate, it's duplicatable, then I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, yeah. Or you just keep it to yourself, and nobody will touch your numbers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't. I'm actually to be honest with you, I don't care if other people make money. Like you said, you just wanted to cover, cover your time,
Right.
which is when you're actually doing it to educate other people so they can make money, and I'm okay to do that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to make money off people selling them something that I know they're going to fail at.
Right. No, no. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
So
No.
here's more reinforcement of what I said. They have a trend. In reality, the people that work with this method all the time are saying get 3 points, 3 anchors, so you can have a confirmed trend. Sometimes it's so obvious, you don't need the anchors, right? But if
Yeah.
you want to wait, you wait until those 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, and then the first retracement, boom, you enter. You can say 1 to 1, 2 to 1, but to be honest, why exit? When you have a strong downtrend and you can get an extra 100 pips or 70 pips or whatever, just stay as long as the momentum takes you. And that's a key. That's where you make the money.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted to do because, I didn't like the 1-to-1s and the 2-to-1s and the 3. When people it's possible to do more. I don't mind leaving a little bit on the table, but if you've got a 400 pip run and you're only risking 50 pips, you want to capitalize on that, right?
Yeah, it's like you take any of these currencies. Here I was doing the Canadian, right? And I was doing this is real analysis. I work with this. This is my working analysis stuff. Here's a trend, right? And I know it's a reversal. So here comes a reversal. That's the first retracement. It's safe to enter here. I didn't wait to 1, 2, 3. No, because that's 1,300 pips away. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like when I started watching videos and just trying to find somebody that I wanted to learn from, that's what people are doing. They're like waiting for 3 touches of a trend line to confirm. I'm like, no way! They're like, you've just left so much on the table.
Yeah, but that's the thing with market makers method. They have so many rules and some counter act the others, and you get confused, and then you end up being like voodoo juju. When the line aligns with a monolith and this and that, and the wolf go whoa, then you go in. No, this is simple, man. It's very simple. And you see what you do here. This is the step 1, 2, 3, 101. You have a downtrend, and the 36 is your resistance for the price, and your trend line is the resistance, And what happens is the price crosses the resistance. And the first thing that you notice is that it makes a higher high, and then it makes a higher low,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have the magic 1, 2, 3 setup. You can enter as early as here.
Right.
And this was supposed to keep going up, but it didn't. So, it took a while, and we're in a high. We're in 48 pips each candle. So, this is your entry. Now, that's your entry to here is 600 pips. This entry to here.
That's it. Like, oh man. And like, so what's your risk on that? You're risking like what? If that's 600, you're risking like 50 pips, just like we sort of talked about before, right?
If sometimes, because remember, this is a high Renko bar, right? When you go in and you get in at 60, you get in. Sometimes I get in with 15 pips stop loss. I could, but I don't. I put 50. I don't care. I put 50. Because I know that I have the momentum. If I have everything in a line at the higher, I know this is going to go at least to this level, and that's 250 pips.
Yeah.
Without looking at all this, I know that it had to break this high and test it, right?
Mm.
So the entry is there is 238 pips away. So I know that I have the benefit of the momentum. So in reality, it should be when you go into the lower time frame, you will go one candle size below your entry plus the same. I don't know, 15 pips, 25 pips. Just do one thing. Put 25 pips. Make sure you at least 10 pips below the 36 when you go on the lower, and just monitor it. Just take one trade when you go in, or 2 trades a day. But just practice that way.
Yeah.
The thing is that if you follow in the 36, you will notice that it will take you out. But like I said before, if you're looking at this momentum, when it gets to, you see here, it didn't turn completely, but it started turning here. So this will be your sign to exit. And the worst case scenario, you walk out with 375 pips. But if you're in the lower Renko bar, you may even get out earlier. Okay, this is just to get that anchor. This is a perfect example. And 600 pips, 280, 670. You will get in here, and then 500 pips, 470. How do you like that, Nick?
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, no, I'm in the right place, Joe. I'm real happy.
So, believe me when I tell you that you don't need anything else but this. This is all you need. And these arrows, you don't even need them. It's a waste of time. I had them just for reference. If you want them, I give them to you. But
I like it. I like as least amount of indicators as possible. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that too. Let's see. Before I forget, and you have to make a change on that, and actually, it will be in the template itself. So no worries. Okay, so don't forget to add that one as I finish here. And okay, so going back to the manual, yeah, like I said, just hang in tight, and I covered this centipede, right? Did I cover this centipede, this indicator? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Just hold on tight, and when you get a dip, and you see no reason why you should get out, just keep hanging on like a dog with a bone, and just use these dips to get in again. And you can see how perfect it lines up. And I'm going to make a little image there. And I'll put it at the end. Okay. And going back to the material here, what I explained, you got the trend, you got the setup. It breaks the trend line, it breaks the 36, it makes the high, retraces. Here's your entry, high, retraces, entry, high, retraces, entry, high, and so on until it exhausts and reverses. And eventually you may get stopped out, but you just look, this is 36 to 12. It's going to run so tight. You're going to notice that by the second candle in reverse, you're going to see that twist and time for you to get out. And always look at the higher Renko bars, and you can see when that is a good way to enter. And more examples, EMA 36 and 12 cross into the upside. And here's the reversals. You see price retraces and touches EMA 36 again. This is a good sign that, it's time to get out.
So, I mean, with the 36 EMA, if we're looking at that on a lower time frame as well, right? Like that's going to obviously put us out of the trade a lot earlier than it would on a larger time frame.
Well, that's when it becomes an art, right? That's when you say, okay, when do I exit? When do I really exit? I mean, what am I doing? Am I doing an intraday? Am I doing a swing? Am I scalping? That's when it becomes, because here's all weird here. Let me see if I can find a clear. Yeah, this is a good example. 19. Yeah, this is a good example. Yeah, okay. Okay. So this is how you start. Okay, so you had a downtrend coming in for a while, and it reverses, and eventually it takes off. It retraces again, and it's taken off. So at the 48 level, the 480, which is really 48 pip, you have a momentum to the upside. Now this candle is down because of the day's activities, right? But you know that you have an upper momentum. Now that translates this level, 152.14, 152.14 here. You can't see much, but still it's upwards, it's still upwards. And then 152.14, it's right there. So this is today, right? So you have an upward day, and you have that in your favor, and you know that overall this is coming in an uptrend. So you're gonna favor that, but this is at the 120. And what happens? Let me keep it here. So what happens is you have at the 120 you have a retracement, and now you're looking to get in. And when you trying to get in, you need to lower the size. And of course, this is going to change. Now that you're at the 60, you can enter 1 pip above this bar when it closes, right? And that's your entry bar. Okay.
Is that even though we're below the EMAs?
That's a very good question. Look where the 240 is. Oh, you can barely see it. Let me see. you're doing analysis from a higher Renko size.
Yeah.
So you have the I mean, it's not as strong as here. This is kind of pushing it. This is kind of milking, uh,
Yeah.
milking it, right? But this is to show you that even if it's not as clear and beautiful as this, because this is beautiful, this
Yeah.
you would never let go and run it for 400 pips, right? But this is how you can work with um, like today. So here's today, and they are above. The candle is above the middle, the moving averages at 240 at 24. So when you go lower, this is still above the moving averages. So this is good. Remember, when you go lower, things may change a little bit, and this is
Yeah.
where people get all confused, and sometimes you don't know when to enter. Now the entry is there. Now what happens when we bring it to the 30 is that I identify the entry here, but you could really have enter here. So that's an extra 6 pips. It's okay. It's
Mhm.
fine. You know, the more important thing is that you have an entry and you can get a quick 30 pip in there.
Yeah.
Actually, you can get more. You see what happens? If you were trading at the 5 minute regular candles, you say, I'm gonna get out there, right?
Yeah.
And then you say, I'm gonna get out there. Now, guess what happens? Look what happens when you're monitoring the bigger time frame. You're leaving all this on the table, and you don't want to do that, right? Because you're looking for your 100 grand a month.
Yes.
So you leave it on the table. You're really leaving about an extra 25. So you're making 53 in this example. 53 instead of 31. So you leaving half the money on the table. So that's why you always have to look at the higher time frame and consider, this is why we have this with this quadrant here. So this is like really pushing the limits on getting the money out, you know. But there it is. Was that clear, Nick?
Yeah, I think so. It's just going to be practice, right? I think my biggest issue, well, not issue, but is adapting to the Renkos because I haven't done it before.
Yeah.
So once I get the chart set up and I'm looking at it, I'm
Yeah.
analyzing them and things like that, then I'll get a much
Yeah.
clearer picture.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but here's the thing, Nick. Once we stop today, is for you to go back in the charts and look at the setups and try to just mark them up. Just take this guy for example, and say, okay, cross. Here's a retracement. Here's my first retracement. Okay, I take the first candle and I put one pip above, and that's my entry. That's your
So,
entry.
yeah, that's pretty much what I've been looking at doing on normal charts right now is a break of some EMAs to the high side. So like just where you've just drawn that retracement line, the yellow one. So you've got your initial break to the left of that where the blue bars are. That's your initial break. And then retracement back where the white bars are.
Yep.
Yeah. And then as soon as I would get the confirmation candle, then I would go long.
Yep. That's it.
And that's pretty much all we're doing, right? And the only reason we're going down to the lower time frames is to find a better entry point.
That's it.
Okay, I can do this.
That's it. Here's the reversal, right? So you see, it went up and now it's going down, right? So if you go by all the rules, you will have to wait for this retracement
Yeah.
to form the 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
But if you really see that this is going to happen, I mean, you can even bring it down. You can even bring it down to the 15, and guess what? Now your entry is up here. It's not down here.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. And then would you get out on that other retracement as well and save yourself some?
Yeah, you could do that. And for example, here, on this particular one, instead of getting one pip above, look where I'm going to get in. Oh, well, it's not much of difference there, huh? Is it? Not much of a
Mm.
difference. But actually, guess what?
I know exactly what you're doing, though. I understand that. Yep.
Yeah. No, guess what? This 1, 2, 3 gets
Yep.
even smaller
There it
because
is.
here's a
That's
cross.
the point to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's a cross, right?
Yeah.
And in reality, here's your first setup right there. Right there. That's in reality your first setup right there.
Right.
So you can get in here 20 pips below. And because you enter the 15, you're going to be looking at the 30, right?
Yep.
And you're going to be checking your 60. And you may even either consider a re-entry at a lower or suck it up and just wait until it keeps going.
Mm.
For now, don't live through the retracement on the higher. Just down at a 30, or if you want to push it at a 15, you know, for for practice purposes, you can bring it down to a 15 and get in at every time you see a retracement.
Yeah.
How's that?
Would it even be more beneficial to just like maybe leave some pips on the table to start with and just get these entries on the higher time frame, or you reckon just go straight into those lower ones?
I think for now, what I would do would be to practice a lower time frame, keep your eye on the higher time frame, or if you have the patience, and you should build it up. Do your intraday, by qualifying at the 120 or the 60 and getting in and out on the 30 or 15, but try to see if you can get one of these long rides, 140 pips, is that kind of what you ask?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm aiming for, because those 1, 2, 3 patterns,
Yep.
they yeah, I get that. Like we could almost enter on that top chart that you just had. Was that what time was higher
this one
time?
this one
There's an entry about to happen on that, isn't there?
Yeah. Let me. And let me mark something else. Look what happens. Don't forget about this indicator in the bottom. Look what happens. Okay. First of all, think of that as support, right?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Okay. That's a busy going. Okay. I can get it out. Okay. Think of that as a support, and then this is losing momentum and gaining momentum to the upside. And that's exactly what's happening here. And this down retracement, it's really this guy here.
Yeah.
So pay attention to these guys because it's important to help you confirm. Look what happened there. See?
Yeah, the high.
So
Or the
at the end of the day, you see, and look at here what happens. Okay, and then you have this guy here, and the main thing is that once you identify all the moving pieces, you can see that maybe even before it changes color to the upside, you're in a favorable uptrend, right? And
Yeah.
it doesn't end until here. And the downtrend doesn't start until here. And here you have confluence,
Yeah.
but you are in a downtrend. So once you see hesitation, get out. Done. Next. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. There's 28 pairs. Don't trade them all. But there's 28 pairs. Trade 6, 8 tops.
Yeah.
I have levels, alarms, so you see, okay, so you see this coming down, put an alert up there. Oh, does it get less level? Does it touch this level? Does it touch this level? Let me know, and then I'll see if I have a setup, and then you go long. You can have it unattended. So just look at the centipede and use this as your guidance. And here you see another example of the centipede going down. And oh, come on. That momentum is this momentum there.
Yep.
So I'm saving this for you too. Okay. So with with a Renko, but this has a Heikin-Ashi on top. This is basically what I'm saying. You know, you have a downtrend, the candles break the trend plus it breaks the 36. You have the 1236 crossover. You got the 1, 2, 3 setup retracement. Here's your entry, long entry. You can use take profits. I just follow the 36 and milk it as much as I can.
Yeah.
And use these as re-entry. So you have 100 pips plus 60 plus 30. And that's how I do a lot of money, make a lot of money by scaling it up. And you should do the same.
Yeah.
And the trailing stop, you know, here it is. And I don't know what level of candles is, but if you look at the body, it's 1, 2, 3, three sides of the body of the candle.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 18 to 25 pips.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you trail it up. And if you go in again, trail it up, trail it up, trail it up. Look for the 12 to start being funky. I may even exit here.
Yeah.
You just have to, you know, it becomes an art. And this is something I was talking to a different trader earlier. Basically, you're gonna see a trend, you're gonna see a channel, and just retracement in, retracement in, retracement in. Then you see the change. Wait for that 1, 2, 3 setup. Here's your entry short. Here's your entry short, and here you see the hesitation. End of the day, get out. That's it. You know, this is just a markup of the centipede and how it aligns very well with the Renkos. And this is what we just discussed. And just remember, just keep your eye on the four quadrants, right? On the, not the four quadrants, on the quadrant, on the 4 time sizes. Let's see. Doesn't matter what you look at. You know, I don't know, EN, for example. I haven't traded EN in a week or so. So what am I looking here? You see this little candle here, this little one?
Yep.
It's in a very high level here. So now, you know, you're looking at a possible correction of 400 pips. So now that little candle is these 3.5 candles. And that right there, 71, 75, 71, 75, is all of these candles. And that's 76 pips.
Wow.
71, 75, yeah, about here. That's this right. So it's very difficult that you're going to see this turning around. More likely you're going to see this, or more likely you're going to see this. And this is at 60, and this is 30. So this is how I really trade, 60 and 30, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I am always looking for confirmation, right? So for 48, 24, 12, and 6. Yeah. Reality is, I see this little turn. I see this indicator going down. I say, oh, okay, what's happening here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Then I start drawing lines, and I say, okay, got three points. Oh, cut my trend line. Let's bring it down to 60. What's happening there? Oh, entry. You know, first entry is 42. Second entry is 66. Not really, because what I will do is I'll bring it down to 30. And now I have 50. This is another entry.
That's your entry. Where's your first entry, sorry, Joe? Because did you just enter when you broke through the trend line?
Did I enter where?
Just as it broke through the trend line?
Yeah, the thing, well, what I'm looking for is the first thing you need to look for is the break of a trend line.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you need to look for. See here, if like for example, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point. Here's the first break of the trend line. But then again, you can argue at a lower time frame that here's a trend line, here's a trend line, you know. But this is at this level at 12. This is a trend line, and that's the first thing you look for. And then the second thing you look for is the candle breaking the trend line? Yes,
Yeah.
because this is your resistance. Is the candle being supported by the support of the break of the trend line? Yes. Is it? Do we have a cross of the moving averages and the candle is above? Yes. Okay. So then you start marking it up. 1, 2,
Yep.
2, 2, 3, and there, my friend, is your anchor.
Yeah.
And here's your entry.
That candle right
1
there.
pip above the first bullish candle.
Yeah.
And you let it ride. You just keep your eye on the 36. Keep your eye on the 36. But also keep your eye on the 12. And if you see confluence, you see breaking up, look, what's the 24 doing? I'm still safe. They're still not touching the 36. I'm still safe. Oh, it looks better, looks better. Whoops. Still looks safe. They're still aligned. Go to the different time frames. Look at the quadrant. What happened? What's happening? Should you panic and get out? No, because it's not touching the 36 and your stop loss is down here. And now it just crosses 633, which is a strong overall resistance and support. Now you have a strong support. Prices above the support, you buy, you stay long and strong. And then I would have exited around here with 353 pips, right? Plus all the scaling. Here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, another one. That's it. So you have like 5 entries there. But going back to this guy, this setup here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches of the trend, right? So it breaks. Okay, breaks. I'm at 12. What's happening at 60? Oh, look. You can go there. You can go there because now you have the break of the trend. Remember, you're looking for an entry, okay? You have all the other kind of rules, in reality. Okay, let me take all that back. I need to teach you the rules, the real rules, okay? So here's a 1 to 2. Here's a 2 to 3 retracement.
Yep.
And here's your anchor. Don't be impatient. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to enter up here, But if you wait for the 1, 2, 3 setup, it's more likely that you're going to hold on longer. And here you got 70 pips, and there's still no reason to get out.
Yeah.
But that's your entry.
Got
so if you have to go even lower at the 30, here would have been your entry, right? So you save a few pips. Play by ear. Or go down to the lowers and just go in multiple times and practice. You're going to have more setups at the 30,
Yeah.
Because
I think I can see it from, like, when you've got your 4 time frames on the one screen, I can see it quite well there.
Yeah.
So that will probably work for me anyway.
Yeah.
So that, like, looking at our 480 is where the first, sort of reversal happens. And then we go down to the 240. You've got 3 candles or 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 sitting up there and then down again.
Mm-hmm.
We've got that entry point happening on the, maybe not on the 120, but definitely on the 60. It's there, isn't it? Like where that last red arrow is, because you've got your push down from the top, your retracement, and then exactly just the candle before that red arrow is your entry on the 60.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And you'll find that the more you look at it, take another pair and just go back in time and look for the setups,
Yeah.
and pay attention to the time, because this choppiness could be for a number of factors. It could be the quiet session of the market. It could be a lot of things, and there could be opportunity of lower wrinkle bars.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. Now let's share your screen. Are you ready to set it up?
Yep.
Because I have to get ready in a few minutes to go to the airport.
Share that one.
Okay.
You see?
Yes. So you know where you have all the indicators and everything that I gave you. It's in one place, right?
Yep. I've put them all into the folder actually.
Oh, you already put them in and you restarted it, right?
Yep. So they're all in there now.
Okay.
There.
Now what I'm going to do is, can you put in the default profile in your MT4?
Profile. Yep. Oh, it's this one.
Yeah, up there.
Probably got ton of charts loaded up in there.
Okay, you have stuff in there, right?
That's cool. I can delete it or whatever we're doing. It's only a few charts.
Are you sure you can delete it? If you can,
Yeah.
if you can delete it, then.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for your mouse, so I can do my thing.
Okay.
And tell me when I have it.
I've never.
No, you see the request on your screen?
No.
Let me request it again. Select request and wait for Nick Coyle's approval and their request. Do you see somewhere popping up?
No, it's not doing anything. Hang on a second. I wonder if it's. Let me just look. I have the Zoom bar up actually. Let's see if I can find that.
Let me.
Yeah, it's not doing it. I don't know why.
Put your mouse in the middle of the screen. There. Okay. Now, don't move it, and let me see if nowhere, no sign.
No.
That's so weird. Let me do something. Okay. On top of the meeting, there's something like a little menu that will say request remote control. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah, got it. Oh, it's asked me to request control of yours, though.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see where does it show up. Oh, I see. Once I ask you for control, on the menu up there, you will see the remote control mouse little icon, and once I request, it will say give mouse keyboard control to Joseph, and then you click OK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop sharing, so you can share the screen. Now I'm going to request remote control, and you look on the top, that menu for the meeting, it will say give control to Joseph.
I did just have it. Where did it go? There.
You see it now?
Got it.
Yes.
No worries.
Okay, great. Now we're in business. Okay, so now, what pairs do you normally trade? Pound?
I would just stick with what you trade as well, because in that way I know that if you're trading it, it's. I'd probably just stick with the majors now. I don't know if there's any other pairs that you think I should trade.
Well, how about if I give you the ones that make money?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. You can't argue with that, right?
Yeah. It's like, you had me at money.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, the first thing I do is I get 4 charts. And
Yeah.
what we're going to do is we're going to take that Renko builder, and we're going to put it in here as a indicator, because that's what it is. But it has a DLL, and I'm going to give you some data. See, it says six pips on the 21-minute time frame, but that's okay. You got 1,000 candles of to look at. Once the trial expires, you're going to come here and put your license here. It's going to cost you $45. Believe me, it's worth it. And we'll get more advanced with this later. Right now, the first step is to put the Renko generating template. And the way it works, I gave you the template for the 60. And then we're going to click on this button here, and it's going to create the Renko chart for us. It's just picking numbers. Don't worry about where it says M21, M22, 60. No, don't worry about that. Not relevant. It's just the way it builds it. So these are the generators. So we're going to lower those.
So you need those open all the time as well, yeah?
Right. The ones that you're going to look at, it says offline. You never look at these, because now that I put the template, you're going to see what I see. So here, I'm going to put that one. And then okay. So here's a little twist. Did I tell you about deviation levels?
No.
Okay. There's something that I use, and it's a mathematical formula. It's it's nothing new. Oh, my the screen moved. Can you put it back?
Yeah.
It's called deviation levels, and think of it this as a rubber band. Think of it overpriced and overbought and oversold.
Right.
And this channel right here, it calculates for you an overpriced condition and an underpriced condition, and inside you can have a line which will be the average price of that instrument, regardless of what it is. So what happens is, when you see the price going to the extreme outside of this band, you have the certainty that it will go to return to the middle of this band. But you have more chances of success if the band is pierced by the price and going with the trend to hit the bottom channel, rather than if you're in the bottom channel and you go against the trend. It may hit the middle, but you will rarely hit the top. You will get it in this case, but it's not always the case. And sometimes not even with a trend it will get it. But the idea is that if you're in an uptrend, and in this situation, or in this situation, you go long, your target will be at least this opposite band. And as you can see here, it touches 99 pips. The other thing you can do, you can keep moving that take profit with a band until it hits. So instead of getting 90 pips, now you get in 150, 168 pips. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
In a different time, I'm going to show you how to do this officially. I made a few videos on scalping the using this technique. It's very, very profitable. Not that you're going to need help, but you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Trust me on that one. So how did I go back? Okay. Here. So now you may have to adjust these if you go up, if you open them up or not. Just go back and keep that 480, 240, 120, and 60. And like I said before, if you're looking for an entry, you can bring it down to a 60 and this down to the 30. So you can look for even a closure entry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your first one, and I'm going to do File, Profile, Save As.
So that other student you showed me is earnings for the week, the 120,000. How long has he been trading with you?
I'm sorry, say that again. About 125,000.
Yeah.
How much do I get?
No. I was just wondering how long he's been trading with or training with you.
How long I've been trading for 4 years.
Oh no, sorry, your student.
Oh, the other student?
Yeah. How long's he been at it for?
I will think about 2 years, and his problem is that is mainly he has problem looking at entries and managing the trade, and if you really look into the market makers method, there's so many rules and sometimes they contradict to each other. So he has not been consistent.
Right.
I've been consistent uh, because I look at the higher time frame and I get on the lower. But sometimes I get hit with the market makers. I get hit with losses. Now, when that's using the market method, and that's where he was coming from. 2 years of trying different methods and different products, and so on, so on. But I've been doing futures, especially crude oil, for about 4 years, successfully for about 3 years, using different techniques in a different platform. It's just that the way that I do crude, I cannot do it in MT4.
Right.
But he was so excited because now he can see the pips, and before he could not see it clearly, and it's easy to get foggy. You are going leaps and bounds in this skill set here, because what has taken me a long time to perfect, you have it now. So.
Yeah. Well, that's why I pretty much, even when I was doing internet marketing and things like that, I just wanted to learn off people that were already doing it, because it just didn't make sense to do it otherwise, right?
Right. Yeah, and you see, the thing is that I have taken formal education for trading. I did spend a whole year studying under a mentor, and I did pay $5,000, so I can learn properly.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a lot of my knowledge from those guys. Trend lines and support and resistance and time frames, and we trade daily with crude oil with him. It's just that I'm in a plateau. I'm done. But everything that I have learned with him, I'm passing on to you.
It's I mean, when you say you're in a plateau, I mean, do you find? I mean, I don't know exactly how much money you're generating a day, but I mean that other guy's doing $100,000 a week. I mean, that's are you going to go higher? Are you going to like what's next? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's fine for me because I'm chasing $100,000 a month. If you guys are doing $100,000 a week, like, do you know? Does that make sense? Like, where's your next goal? Are you ever like, are you going to get to a point where you're not satisfied anymore? Or
No, 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 not at all. I mean, I love this. Make it $10 a day, make it $1,000 a day. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm in the thrill of the market, knowing that I have a little edge over the house. I lived in Las Vegas for 6 years. I'm not a gambler. I'm a Mensa member, a Mensa club member, and I study how to gamble. And you know, I just couldn't do it. It was just too much stress. But the point is, what I meant with a plateau is that I cannot learn anything else from him because I'm done. I'm
gotcha,
done.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Now, how much money is enough? I tell you, I live very humbly. I don't drive a Rolls. I don't wear a Rolex. I don't have a Lambo. You know, I but I have what I need. Healthcare, food, a roof. I travel the world. I trade. I'm getting ready to leave this weekend. I'm going to Buenos Aires. So
nice, yeah,
I can show up in New Zealand. I'm actually overdue a trip. I need to go to. I have a trip scheduled for Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Tahiti, over to Samoa Island, Marshall Island, maybe whatever's out there exotic, and then Hawaii, and come back to the States. I haven't finished that leg, so and I will be trading and traveling.
mm.
So and you can do the same. I mean, the next
Well,
step
that's
for you, make some money, and I'll show you the EA that I have, and I'll set it up for you. So you may even do like one trade a week or two trades a week, and just do something else, and take 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a week.
yeah,
Whatever your goal is. It's all mathematics, because if you have this entry here and you get it right, that those 900 pips could be $9,000. Could
yeah.
be $18,000, and that took only that's
Listen,
only one day.
well,
That's only
that's
one day. You know. So what's next? I done binary options, and that's how I learned how to manage my money very successfully, I might say. And I used to call live trades daily to a group of 200, and that was done. And I'm doing futures. I'm doing options on futures. What's next? I don't know. I don't know
yeah,
what's next.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, I would probably, if when I get to the point of sort of $10,000-$20,000 a week, then I mean, I'm looking at moving countries also, just solely based on the time frame. Our time frame is the worst for trading because like nothing really happens during the Asian session, right?
Right. I mean, look, the guy who taught me the whole shebang on this, he manages a multi-million-dollar hedge fund. He's out there in Greece, in some beautiful island, with his family. He does one entry a week, if two,
Oh, yeah,
you know, and he cranks. Believe me, he's well off.
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I'd love to do that. That would be
yeah, of
amazing.
course, and you will. So I'm just gonna save it again just to be sure. Because sometimes I talk and I don't want to make any mistakes. Sometimes yeah. I just want you to have everything. What we can do is go. I'm gonna give you the pounds. I trade GA, GC, GJ, GN, and of course crude oil, natural gas, and sometimes the DAX and lately the Wall Street 30.
Yeah.
But I can set you up with all the pounds if you want. I can set the EN and the EZ and the
Um,
EJ.
yeah, I just
Like
want to do
set up.
exactly what you. So you don't do any. You only do British pound pairs.
I do the pound pairs because they move.
Right.
They move
Okay.
a lot, and that's where I make a lot. That's where I make the money in the pounds.
Yeah. No, I just want to do exactly what you're doing. I don't want to veer out. I don't want to. I just yeah. I want to do. I mean, maybe later once I get the hang of it or whatever. But definitely for now, I just want to stick with what you're doing.
Yeah. What I'll do is we coordinate and we run the analysis together, and I can tell you what I'm looking at, so you can look at it too,
Yeah.
and look for those supports and resistance, and you will get it. Did you already buy the license?
No, I just downloaded it.
I don't know. It shows up as register. That's weird.
Mm.
Oh well, it's register. You don't have to pay for it.
I'll buy it anyway. Like when if
Yeah, I don't know who Trini Binary is. Oh, hold on a second. I think. Tell you what, let's go with it now. I think you got the license from my previous student,
okay.
and it came over on the template. But don't worry, I can redo these very easily, and because I think now it gets registered in this machine. Oh man, I didn't realize that. Okay.
So you basically, which you trade the? I know you trade the London session. You trade the New York session as well.
Yep,
Okay.
that's what I do.
Basically my thoughts right now is because the London session is 7 p.m. our time. So I'm basically sort of thinking about doing whatever I want during the day and then sort of trading between sort of 7 and midnight our time.
Yes, I mean that's usually what I do. My schedule is I will get in right before Frankfurt opens, which is 1 hour before London,
Yep.
and work the London and work the midday of New York up to 11 o'clock.
Right.
And after that, I try to stay out because it's very easy to get caught up. With this. It's like a never ending ATM machine.
What's that? Sorry.
It's like, oh look, another setup.
Yeah.
I made a miss a boo boo here. Oh,
So I mean, off all the setups. I mean, so off an average day, you would get usually like sort of one or two setups, or are you?
I'm sorry, Nick. I wasn't paying attention. When?
Oh, sorry, off like a normal sort of day, I guess. Like, how many setups would you sort of expect in a London session? I guess.
Um, yes, I mean, the sessions are very strange lately. Because we had so many news. I got hit. I got hit a little bit off balance. With one session because I was in a different environment. But let's see. Those are the best. Those are the best sessions for you to be, Nick.
Yeah.
Not this. This. So CAD. Let's do one more. Here we go. GN. Right now, what I would like you to work on is just go back in time and identify those setups.
Yep.
Mark them up, and
So I'd probably I'll just set up a demo account for this anyway and trade it off a demo. My goal was pretty much to trade get a demo, set up a demo account, double it before I actually went live.
yep. I mean, that's the best. You need to practice. Just practice, 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 and you'll be fine.
Do you have any groups where you sort of talk about trades and things like that, or you just sort of get everyone and set them up and
If I have any what, Nick?
like I don't know whether you have a Telegram group or something like that to talk about trades or anything like that?
Yes, because you came in because you came in the way you did, with me. Good or bad, now you're part of the bigger picture, and and I invite you to come in to the Signal channel. Okay, I want you to come in because this is my inner circle.
Yep. Okay, sweet. So that's
And,
just a
and you
Telegram
need to
group.
be here. You need to be here because this is encrypted, and I can talk about anything. I can show you, I can show you stuff that I would not normally show. So do yourself a favor. Go signal.org, download it to your desktop first, and then look me up. This is my phone number plus the area code for international. I think United States is 1.
Yep.
Not that we're the best or anything like that, but
Okay, sweet. Is that is that an app? Is it or?
I'm sorry, Nick. What?
Is it a website or is it an app or?
Yes. It's basically an app. It's
Yeah, that's cool. I'll check it out. I won't touch it now because you're in charge of my computer. I'll check it out when we're finished.
Yeah, you can have it on you can have it on your phone too. Like these guys, I manage their account. So, and this guy is I just worked him before you, and he just joined here.
Yeah.
He's in Costa Rica. My son, other clients, Joe Shaw from Forex,
Yeah.
and some guys from Spain, Germany, Netherlands. This guy's from the Netherlands, So yeah, let's see. Yeah, this is so we can carry private conversations. That's all.
Yep.
And I'm always there.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
yes.
you can reach.
That'd be a great help with just confirming the trades as well that we see.
So tell me, Nick, you happy with what I shown?
Yep, I'm pretty sure. It's just practice now, and there's just four pairs to play with, so that's going to keep it pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just checking here. You have the pound Australian dollars. You got the 48. You got the 24, the 120, and the 60 that you can drop if you're working. You can drop this to 60. You can drop this to 30.
Yeah.
For practice, you can just make this bigger and just go, 60 and 30, even down to 15 if you really want to. But
Probably.
yeah, but I would keep it down to 30. No less, because you may get a lot of noise and then you can't get an entry or whatever. But more importantly, practice looking at that trend, the break, go down, see if you can find an entry, and review this video that which you will have. And now here's a CAD. And then we could talk about other things, analysis, how do I do the analysis? And we can open some crude, we can open some indexes, or you may have other questions. If you send me a question, through a Signal,
Yeah.
I'll answer as soon as I see it. Okay. So 48, 24, 12, and 6. This trend bar is pretty good. I mean, it's not super accurate, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then so I think we're pretty cool now. No, you comfortable?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So I just need to go through and just pretty much get my head around everything. I've got a good understanding of it. So that's good. So yeah, I'll just go through. I'll probably work the London session tonight. I'll work through that and just try and I'll set up a demo account, set it up for like $5,000 or something like that, and see if we can double it in no time.
Okay, do me a favor. When you get into trading, send me an email through not an email. Send me send me a Signal.
Yep.
And what I'll do is I won't promise I'll stay with you, because I have other guys that I need to trade heavy with. But what I'll do is I spend a few minutes with you and I show you what I'm looking at.
Yep.
And so you can have an idea what I look at right before London opens. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can do that tonight. So you'll be trading, obviously. So sounds good. I'll just set up at my time, and I'll be ready. I'll just watch the charts and no worries.
Yeah, and I have confidence that you do great at this. It's simple, it's effective, it's repeatable, and you can do whatever. You can do scalp, intraday, swing, and it works. And then make some money, and I'll show you how to use the EA. What you'll do is, once you see a setup, and you set up the EA, you just let it ride, and you go to sleep. You do whatever you want, like I have it here, running. You see, these are running, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah. So what does the EA actually do? It just controls the trade once you enter it, or
it does everything for you. I mean, once you qualify the entry, okay. Basically, what happens is, once you see a retracement and you say, okay, after this retracement is over, I want to enter.
Okay.
So what you do is, let me find you an example. Let's say this guy. Let's just say that I'm convinced downtrend 633, downtrend. Let's just say that I do want to go short. This EA would have sent me an alert to my phone saying I'm getting ready for a short. On
Right.
this first candle, we'll say I'm getting ready for a short. I have a requirement of 2 retracement candles. So I don't want this EA to go in unless I have 2 candles of retracement.
Mm-hmm.
So if it retraces one, you see all of these entries? You see all of these entries?
Yeah.
All entries. So if it retraces one candle, it's not going to go in. If it retraces 2 or 3 or more, it's going to consider. Now retrace 3. If I have this on, it's going to take 3 positions. It's going to take 1% or 2%. I can set the maximum risk I want. And then on this account, it's going to go ahead and open 3 positions. And then it's going to go 1 to 1, 2 to 1, and 5 to 1. And they're going to close those 3 positions.
Oh.
And that, at the same time, is managing 2%, is calculating the lot size, is putting the stop loss right above the 7 pips above. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, if it would have gone in here, my stop loss would have been there. And
Right.
that is, that is approximately about 30 pips away.
Yeah.
So, and if I would have got in earlier here, my stop loss would be where that crosshair is.
Right.
That's what it does. And and this is 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, boom. In the morning, boom, it takes me out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it does. And this costs $1,000. Not for me. I don't get a penny. Nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Cool.
just I'll show you how to use it. I'll set it up for you.
That's okay. We'll worry about that when I get the hang of it, I think. So you
Yeah.
pretty
No,
much set
no.
up on each chart and just walk away from it.
Exactly. Well, it's a true set it and forget it. You know, here I have 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, and 5 to 1.
Yeah.
And I have 2%. No particular no number of candles. You can say, let me go for 10 candles. You know, you can do that too. And you can have the trading for scalping. You can have the alarms. Believe me, it's worth way more than $1,000.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll get the hang of this and then I can buy that anyway, if
Yeah,
that's okay
yeah,
with the guy that's selling it. I'm assuming it is.
yeah. Because you know what happened, Nick. You know, um, it's Tuesday. You see a nice setup on a 24, going to a 12. Activate the EA. That 24 runs you 100 pips. It takes you out. Well, what? You know, you went to the beach or went to a movie or dinner or whatever,
Exactly, yeah.
and you're checking. You have a VPS. You can check your VPS on your phone, like I do. I have 3 VPSs.
Hmm.
And you can check it on the phone, on an iPad, tablet, whatever it is. A MacBook Air. I try with a MacBook Air and
Yeah,
a monster laptop with a 17-inch screen. You know, 32 gigs of RAM and terabyte SSD and stuff like that. I can run 5 platforms. Well, what I'm saying all this is that it gives you mobility. You don't have to be glued, to the screen. You know,
yeah.
that's that's true freedom. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. Cool. All right. Well, that sounds really exciting. So I'm going to go away now. I'm
Yep.
going to spend some time today just going through this, and then I'll be there at London. So I'll be looking for setups at London, and then I'll just if I see one, then I'll send it through to you just for confirmation.
Okay, sounds good, Nick. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll send you the video once I finish it. Okay.
That sounds really good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. Bye.
Bye.